back to Dad versus Son and our playthrough of Command and Colours Napoleon. And we're going on with the next scenario, which is Gunzberg, 9th of October 1805. And this is the second scenario in the Austrian expansion, following our chronological playthrough of all of the available battles that I have. So this one, the historical background is that after the debacle at Wertingen, Mack decided on a new plan which called for his army to cross to the north bank of the Danube around Gunzberg. And this is Gunzburg here, and of course this is the Danube. And march east. General Major d'Aspre, or however it's pronounced, was in command of the Austrian forces at Gunzburg and was instructed to watch for the French and guard the bridges until the army arrived. And that's him right here with a couple of troops. Napoleon also saw the importance of the bridges at Gunzburg and ordered Marshal Ney to seize those crossing points. Ney sent Mahler, who is back here with some Grenadiers, to capture the bridges. Mahler split his command into 3 columns. 1, 2, 3. Le Foll commanded the right column, over here, but was hampered by the marsh along the river and could not make headway. So we have the 2 marsh areas here. In the centre, Macronet, who's this guy here, crossed onto the island, threw back the Austrians, capturing d'Aspre in the process, and began to move forward towards the village. The Austrians brought up their artillery, and after a futile effort to cross the bridge and attack Gunzburg, the French gave up and fell back. The bridge at Reisenberg remained uncontested. This is Reisenberg over here. Mack persisted in his idea of crossing to the north bank and went on the offensive, but as night fell, the French turned back the Austrian effort, and Mack ordered the army to retreat back to Ulm. Stage is set, the battle lines are drawn, and you're in command. Can you change history? Well, we've already changed history because the Austrians won at the last battle, so at Wertingen. Righto, so the Austrian army, it's got d'Aspre in command with 5 command cards, the French Mahler in command with 5 command cards, and the French go first. It's for 7 victory banners this time rather than 5. Special rules is the 4 town hexes, here, 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 and here, form a temporary group victory banner objective for the side that occupies 3 of the 4 town hexes with 1 victory banner at the start of the turn. Players may gain 2 temporary victory banners at the start of their turn when their army has 4 units on the opposite side of the river, not including the island. So if we can get 4 Austrians over here or 4 French over here, then good stuff. The 2 centre bridges form a temporary group victory banner objective for the side that occupies both bridge hexes with 1 victory banner at the start of the turn. The 4 bridges also form a temporary group victory banner objective for the side that occupies 3 of the 4 bridges, and that's worth 1 victory banner at the start of the turn as well. The Danube River is impassable except at the bridges and the fords. And we have a ford here, and we have a ford here. The river fords stop movement, but do not have any battle reduction. Okay, so historically, the French trying to push forward, and then once they're basically held, then the Austrians trying to come back over. So that's the way I'm going to basically play it. So what we have over here for the Austrians is line, basically on their right flank. Line and light, basically on the right flank. They have line, Grenadiers, line, 2 light cavalry, 2 foot artillery. Back here, another foot with light infantry up here. More Grenadiers, more line here. The French in their 3 have got light infantry and 3 lots of line over in this area with 1 foot artillery. Right flank, they've got 1 light and 3 line. And in the centre, they've got 1 line, 1 light, 1 grenadier, 1 light cavalry, and foot artillery as well. So let's get into it. So 5 cards for the French. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cards for the Austrians. 3, 4, 5. And the usual thing, we've got the cards for units forming square, and we have the battalion mass counters for the Austrian line infantry units as well. Righto. So, French have 2 probe centres, an attack centre, an assault centre, and a cavalry charge. And again, this time all they've got is 1 light cavalry against the 2 light cavalry that the Austrians have. So I don't think they're going to be using a cavalry charge this time. So 2 probe centres, so that's 2 up the guts, an attack centre for 3 up the guts, or an assault centre for 5 up the guts. And considering we've got 5 here in the centre, 6 effectively, that might be the best one to start with to try and get some troops over here to start doing some damage and at least take the island. So is that a good move or not? Or do we want to try and get these guys? Well, we can't do anything on the left flank. We can't do anything on the right flank at the moment. So, yeah, beside the point. So it's whether we're going to do 2, 3 or 4. 2, 3 or 5, I should say. So I think what we'll do is we'll start big, up the guts, lots of smoke, and assault centre. So it's going to be everybody here. So the light infantry is going to go first. They're going to move, and they're going to go 1 onto the bridge, and then 2 over to here. And they can't attack, but they're there. The light cavalry is going to go 1, 2, 3. So they can bring the foot under a bit of trouble there. Excuse me. This line infantry is going to move into the ford. They can't do anything more there either. They can, sorry. The Grenadiers are going to move up 1. So they're positioned to start coming into the bridge or out. And this foot here is actually going to move 1 this way. So that helps to open up some flanking fire over to here. And it also leaves a line of retreat back across the bridge for these troops at the moment. So that's the cunning plan anyway. So we've positioned troops, and that's about the best we can do. Righto, so the light cavalry is going to attack the foot. So they get 4 dice. I believe, yeah, 1 per block against the foot artillery. And they get 1 hit. Righto, so the foot artillery is now going to come back with 4 dice as well against the light. And they get 1 hit and 2 retreats. And that's why I left the bridge open, so there was a line of retreat. 1, 2, back to here. And that is the end of the first French turn. It would have been nice if the... I don't think... Sorry, I just want to check something. Light infantry. Yeah, 1 and they can attack, 2, no battle. Yes. Righto. The Austrians. they've had a look at what the French are up to, and they're going to have a look and see what they can do. So they've got an attack right flank, a recon in force, a scout right flank, an attack left flank, and an attack centre. Right. Okay. So left flank, we've got 3 units over there, so we could bring 3 units up, but there's not much sense in doing that at the moment. Again, same thing. Right flank is all open, but we have trouble here already, so there's not much sense in doing anything in the right flank. So it comes down to, do we want to recon in force to maybe try and get some units up towards these bridges to cover them, and that still allows us a chance to do something here. Or not. And I think what we will do is we will do an attack centre for 3. Okay. So it'll be this light infantry, the foot artillery, and then the question is, if I bring this line unit into here, then I have no line of retreat for these guys. These ones are cut off anyway, so I've got to punch through to give them somewhere to go. So rather than bring this line unit up, what I'm going to do is move this foot artillery here up onto the hill. And now they've got a chance of bringing some covering fire over, especially once this line unit moves out of here, because they now have a clear shot through as well. Righto, so foot artillery, or light infantry first. Okay, I'm going to do the light infantry first and try and force these back. Hopefully get 2 retreats and a couple of kills, put them back on the bridge to block the bridge and take them out of the fight for a little while. And then hopefully the foot artillery can try and take some of these line units out. That's the cunning plan. So, light infantry first. 4 dice for them against the French light infantry. And we have 1 hit, 1 retreat, which pushes them back onto the bridge at least, and means that they're not going to come back for another fight at the moment. So which is more dangerous now? And if we leave the light infantry there, then the next time they have a chance, then they can fire for 3 plus 1 is 4 into this area. Or the line infantry can come forward 1 and then melee for 5. 4 against the foot. And I think what we're going to do is try and take out the light infantry, may be able to just totally destroy that force. So, foot artillery, range 2, 3 dice. And we have 1 kill only. So we've knocked them down to half. Not great, but shit happens. Okay, back to the French. And they finished last time with their cavalry charge, attack centre, probe centre, probe centre. And they've picked up a probe left flank. So let's see what we can do with this. Again, left flank would be wonderful at the moment, but this is where we need to get some consolidation by either the French or the Austrians, because this is where we have that one temporary battle point. So probe left flank we're not going to care about at the moment. So it comes down to one of the probe centres or the attack centre. So if we probe centre, So I think what we do is we will attack centre to try and get a footing on there. And we're going to go with the light. And we're going to go... We might leave the Grenadiers at the moment. We're going to go with the line unit. And we're going to go with the light cavalry again. So this light infantry unit is going to go 1, 2 into the forest. They can't do anything anymore, but at least they're in there. They've got a little bit of protection and they're ready now to cover this bridge. The light cavalry is going to go 1, 2, 3, so they can take the foot in the flank, and the line is going to come up 1, so they can bring either one under fire. Right. So the first thing that's going to happen is the light cavalry is going to attack the foot. We don't have a first strike, so it's 3 for the cavalry against the artillery. And we have 1 hit. And then we have the foot artillery coming back at the light cav, and they get 3 die because they're down to 1 unit. And they get 1 hit, 1 retreat. 1 hit. And the only thing I've screwed up is I've left no retreat line for this guy. So he's going to lose another one. That was my screw up. Okay. So we have the line unit now. So they can either go for the foot or they can leave the foot there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and take out this light unit. And if I can get them hit hard enough with a retreat, they've got nowhere to retreat, so that's going to act as kills as well. So we have a French line unit that's moved. It's half rounded up, so that's 2. Oh, is that real smart? No, it's not. We're going to go here. So we have 2 die to try and knock him out. Foot artillery. And we get 2 retreats. So he's going to go 1, 2, back there. And these guys can now move forward. And they've cut D'Espierre off with his line of retreat totally. Righto. Austrians have a recon in force, scout right flank. Let's go. Scout right, attack left, and a cavalry charge. And again, our cavalry can't really do much. They can't come through here. They can't go anywhere at the moment. So forget about cavalry charge. Recon in force. I don't think so. But that's the only one that gives us something to have a go with in the centre. So left and right flank aren't going to do jack. So we've got to go for recon in force. So 1 in each sector. So what do we want to do? So our line unit could fire and take out this light cav, but he's sort of a spent force anyway. Our line unit could try and take this guy out. They'd be firing for 5, which is very handy. We could all use this light unit to bring fire onto them, or here, because they're on their left flank. So that'd give us the left flank and the centre. And then I'd like to use the artillery, but I think we'll just keep that there at the moment. Which leaves 1 over here, which we could start to move forward to cover this ford and the bridge. So that's the cunning plan. So we'll do this line, this light, and this line unit here. Neither of these are, well, do I want to move? No, yes, no, yes. They're not moving because they're better off just staying there and shooting. All I'm thinking is maybe moving the light infantry to here, but that's going to bring them even closer to their foot artillery, so I don't want to do that. So this is the only unit that's moving, and they're going to go 1, 2 into the forest here to help to cover the ford. Okay, so the next thing that's going to happen is the line unit here is going to shoot at the line there, and that's 5. And we get 1 kill, and we get 2 retreats. So they can ignore 1 retreat, so they have to retreat 1. And they're going to retreat back this way. That way they're not blocking off this light cavalry if needed. Okay, so they're done. So now the question is, do we try and take out the main force here, or do we take out the light cav? And I think we'll try and take out the line unit. So we have 4 dice against the line infantry. Ah, sorry, I've got to do the leader check first. Should have done that before they retreated. And he's safe. Okay, so light infantry against line, and we have 3 kills, and we take them out. So we have to do our check now, and he's safe, so he will retreat, and he's going to go 1, 2, 3 back to the foot, and this light infantry is going to then move forward. Not an overly smart move, but to try and secure this bridge area and give us room to bring other troops forward. Right, Frenchies. Probe centre, attack left, cavalry charge, and scout right. So at the moment, the Austrians have chewed up the French centre, which sort of goes with the flavour of the historical outcome. So do we want to try and get these troops back, or are we just going to write them off? And I think what we're going to do is we're going to actually probe centre. And the reason for that is that gives us the Grenadiers here to have a go at the light infantry. And it also gives us the light infantry here if we want to fire over, or I can try and pull these back. Because I don't really want to give away a point, which I haven't taken yet because I was silly. So yes, we've had the first victory banner for the Austrians. I forgot to put that up, sorry. And I think what we'll do is we will pull the light cav back. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3 back to there. So we need to push these buggers away. So Grenadiers get 1 die per block, +1. Do they? Grenadiers? No, only in melee. So 1 die per block. So 4 against the light infantry. And they get 3 kills. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, I suppose that's why they're Grenadiers, isn't it? Because they're bloody good. Okay, so the leader check then. And he's fine. Okay. So again, this is historically what the French did, is got their asses kicked here, but basically took out the forces in here, captured him, which we haven't done yet. Okay. Austrians have an attack left flank, an attack right flank, a scout right flank, a cavalry charge, and an attack right flank. Okay, so let's have a look. We've got nothing for the centre as such. Okay, again, our cavalry is still tied up in here. It can't really do anything. So forget about that. Attack left flank. We've got this here. Sorry. Austrian left flank is over here. We've got 3 units that we could use. And we've got a Grenadier and 2 line units, and we've also got our light unit here. So I think that's about the best we can do. So their left flank is better than their right flank because there's nothing happening there at the moment. So that will give us 3 on the left, which is this one, this one, and let's start to bring the Grenadiers forward, I think, as well. So this one is that we're going to slide over here, heading over here. The Grenadiers are going to slide forward into the forest, freeing up the cavalry to move, and the light is going to shoot at the light and try and knock them out before they get blown away. So it's 1 die against the light cavalry, and we killed them. And that's the 2nd for the Austrians. Now it's going to cost us, but at least they took some bastard with them. Righto. French. Again, cavalry charge, totally useless as such. Scout right flank, probe centre, probe left, and attack centre. Well, we still have 3 units in the centre, which is good. We still need to take control of as much as we can. So if we scout right flank, we could bring our light infantry forward into the marsh or the woods and bring the light unit under fire. We could bring the light unit up onto the bridge and bring nothing under fire. We could start to move these forward. But that's it. All we've got is 1 unit for the right flank. So I don't know if that's really worthwhile or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with an attack centre, which is going to give us this line unit here, the Grenadiers here, and the light infantry here. So the only one that's moving is this line infantry here, and they're going to come over this way, and they'll stop. Okay, Grenadiers are now going to shoot here. They've got more chance of hitting than the light infantry does. So Grenadiers against the light infantry there. They're not worried about, do I want to move them at the moment? Do I want to move them before I shoot? Bum, 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 bum. If I bring them into melee, I get 1 extra die. So yes, we will move. So there they are. So then meleeing with the light there, and they get 1 kill, which gets rid of him, which gives them a victory banner. And then we do our leader check and see if we can capture him. Ooh, let's check, make sure. Okay, leader alone in a hex. Note 6, flags are ignored, lone leaders are not hit in a melee, must retreat 1, 2 or 3. So he's going to go yay, yay, and back to the line unit here. In which case the Grenadiers can move forward off the bridge onto the island. And the light infantry now is just in a holding pattern. Righto. Austrians have lost the island. Now what are they going to do? So they have a scout right flank, an attack right flank, an attack right flank, a cavalry charge, and a leadership. Issue an order to all leaders. When the leader is attached to a unit, the unit is also ordered, as long as the leader remains with the unit. Okay, so we have 2 leaders. We have the line unit here, and we have the Grenadier unit back here, and that's it. And neither of them can really do much. So leadership at the moment, not a real good bet. Doing anything on the right flank would maybe start to bring some pressure around here, but they've still got a pretty good holding force here. Or cavalry charge, 1, 2, 3. So we could start to bring the cavalry around this way, but that's not really going to achieve anything either. So forget about cavalry charge. So it looks like it's going to be a right flank thing, and we have 2 attack right flanks and a scout right flank. This one's already here, blocking there, so we don't need to an attack right flank. So let's do a scout right flank. With this line unit here, he will simply move 1 forward. Grab 2 cards for them so that they can pick one, and they've got force march and attack right flank, so they'll keep force march. Okay, French. Can they consolidate their stuff at the moment? So we have scout right, probe centre, probe left, cavalry charge, and leadership, which is a lot better for them because they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 leaders. So what can they do with their leaders? So they could bring the foot artillery forward into here, but shooting out of woods for artillery is a -1, but that would give them coverage of this bridge for the time being. This leader could move forward to the light unit or move the line unit into the marsh. Marsh, 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 marsh. Yep, so they could move forward and start to bring some pressure here. The Grenadiers could move forward 1 and bring the foot or line under fire. And this line unit could move up as well. Okay, so I don't really like that. probe left flank, I can get 3 units forward. And that's what I might need to do. I need to start turning that flank, I think. So let's do probe left flank for 2. And we'll bring up our light unit, and we'll actually bring up our artillery. So the light unit is going to go 1, 2 into the woods, forest. The foot artillery will move forward. Now they could have already brought this one under fire, but if they get a bit closer then they can do more damage. So that's what they're doing. Right. And then we have the Austrians with leadership. Yeah. Attack right flank. Attack right flank. So we've got right flank here with 2. Cavalry charge, not much good at the moment, or forced march. Issue an order to all infantry units in one section. Light, grenadier and guard and infantry units with an attached leader may move up to 2 hexes and battle. So we could bring this line unit 1, 2 up to here and try and take out these guys. Grenadiers could go 1, 2. These grenadiers could come up as well. And then we have this line unit, which could come forward 1. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a forced march, and we're going to look at the centre section. So issue an order to all infantry units in one section. So we have this line unit, grenadiers, grenadiers, line and light. Okay. So this line unit can move 1. So they're simply going to come forward 1 to here. And they can't bring anybody under fire. This line unit has a leader, so it can move 2 and fight. So 1 to the bridge, 2 to here. And battle, sorry, rather than fight. The Grenadier unit here can move 2, so they're going to go 1, 2 to cover the bridge. Now my only trouble is I can't afford to have these guys retreat, can I? So the Grenadiers are only going to go 1. Or are they? No, they're not. They started here. They're going to go 1, 2 over this way. We're leaving a line of retreat because our line units, remember, have to retreat 2 hexes per flag. This line unit can move 1, and it's going to come up and sit on the fence like that. This Grenadier unit is simply going to go 1 forward to here, which leaves this light unit. Do I want to do anything with him? And the answer is no at the moment, because they're covering the ford. Okay, so that's everybody, and this is the unit attacking here. So melee, 1 per, so we get 5 dice. And hang on a tick. Whoop, 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 whoop. Let's just go back 1. This unit was here. I just want to check. I think we can only move 1. Line infantry, retreat 2 hexes per flag, move max 1 for force march and bayonet charge. I knew there was something I'd forgotten. Okay, so either way, we're going to move on to the bridge. There we go. And we're going to shoot at the Grenadiers. Now, did I move any other line units too? And the answer is no. I only moved them 1. Yes. Okay, so they're shooting. It's half rounded down, so they get 2 dice against the Grenadiers. And they get 1 retreat, which the Grenadiers can ignore with the leader, let alone their own stuff. Oh well. It sort of took the wind out of my sails because I really wanted to hit these. But at least I remembered in the end, which was good. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the French, who have leadership, scout right, probe centre, cavalry charge, and probe left. Okay, so scout right could be used on anywhere from the Grenadiers on. Probe centre, we have 1, 2, 3 units that we can choose from. Or probe left, which gets us over here. And what we could do is move this light infantry 1 onto the bridge and 2 up behind the village so that there is no line of sight for anybody to hit them, and they're out of range of everybody at the moment. But I think we need to do this centre. Let's do the centre, and that will give us the Grenadiers here and this light unit here to have a go at this line unit. So Grenadiers will fire first for 4. And they get 2 and a retreat. So we have 2. We don't have to worry about the retreat because we've got the leader who can ignore that at the moment. But we do the leader check first, and he's safe. So Grenadiers are done, and then we have the light infantry firing over, and they are firing for 1 each plus 1 die, so 3. And they hit 2 more. Wow. This guy is a shit magnet, that's for sure. Okay, so again, a leadership check, leader check, and he's just safe again. Okay, so French got away with that pretty damn well, in fact. Okay, Austrians, cavalry charge, attack right, leadership, and probe left. Nothing in the centre other than this guy and this guy for leadership. Wow, I'm going to have to use leadership. Yes. Okay, so these 2 units with leaders, I'm going to bring this one back. They're done. And this unit with their leader is going to actually bring the leader himself, going 1, 2, 3 to this line unit. And we're done. French, leadership, scout right, probe left, cavalry or attack centre. And again, we still have 3 in the centre. Let us attack centre. Now the reason for that is it'll help me to bring this line unit over in support. The Grenadiers can move forward and have a go. And I think we need to look at the light infantry moving forward, probably having a bit of a go as well. So Grenadiers will move forward 1. Light infantry will move forward 1. Line will move over 1. They're finished. The Grenadiers are going to try and take out the foot artillery unit. I think, maybe. Are they? They're only going to get 2 die, but they're going to lose. Oh, hang on. No, they'd lose 2. So, no, they're going to try and take out the line with the leader. So, 2 dice, and they get 1 retreat, which is ignored by the leader. And then the light infantry will get half plus 1, so they get 1 plus 1 is 2, again, at the same target, and they miss as well. And that was sucky. So I thought I'd be able to at least take them out, or get them to retreat, which would have been 1, and then they were gone. But didn't work. Trouble is, I've left them swinging in the breeze now. Okay, so Austrians, attack right, probe left, cavalry charge, and attack centre. So we've got no choice in that. It is going to be attack centre. And we are going to use this foot artillery here. We are going to use this foot artillery here. And this line unit is actually going to move back into Gunzberg. It is Goonsburg, isn't it? And be a little bit more protected. Okay, so this foot artillery is going to shoot at the Grenadiers first. And it's a range of 2, which is 3 dice, but it's out of a town, which is -1, so gives them 2 die against the Grenadiers, because I need to knock them down a little bit, and we get nothing. Okay, so the question now is, do we go for the Grenadiers or the light? And it will be 3 dice to the light, or 2 dice to the Grenadiers. The Grenadiers are the danger at the moment. No, the light's pretty dangerous as well, isn't it? But the Grenadiers are unsupported if we get rid of the light. Let us go into the light. Okay, so foot artillery against the light infantry. The 3 dice, and we killed them, which is another victory banner and 3rd banner for the Austrians, and we rejoiced. Yay! Okay, French starting to foam at the mouth, not happy at all, Jan. They have a scout right flank, a probe left flank, a leadership, a cavalry charge, and a counter-attack, which was an attack centre last time. So they probably don't want to use that at the moment. So forget about counter-attack. Leadership. So we could move forward. They get 1 extra die. Let's do leadership. I think that's worthwhile. So we can order any unit with a leader. So we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, and we have 4. So this unit is going to move forward into the marsh with their leader. There he is. He's lying down up there at the moment. The foot artillery here is going to move back over this way, so they are now an each way bet for centre and right flank. So that's 2. This one will move forward 1 to start putting pressure over on the Austrian right flank. And the Grenadiers are going to move forward onto the bridge. And they're going to bring this foot into battle. So Grenadiers get 1 per per block, +1 in melee against the foot artillery here. And they get 1 artillery and they get a sabre. So foot artillery is gone. That gives them their second banner, and then they can advance into Gunzburg. Like that. Now, they are swinging in the breeze. In fact, they had 1 more die they could have used as well. Didn't matter. They're swinging in the breeze, but they're also creating a bit of a problem because they're in there. Okay. Austrians need to do something about this. So they have a probe left flank, an attack right, a cavalry charge, and a counter-attack. So they don't want to use their counter-attack because that would be a leadership one, and we've only got these 2 leaders. It's not going to really achieve anything. Probe left flank could bring 2 units in to have a go at these buggers. Cavalry charge, not much good at the moment. Attack right flank, well, we've got 3 units over on the right, so we could push, but again, at the moment, there's no trouble over there. The Austrians are at the moment having to react to what the French are doing. But we're also sucking troops out of the left and right French flanks to feed the centre. And the more we do that, our forces on our left and right flanks for the Austrians are then freed up to move forward as well. So we have probe left flank over here. So we have a choice. So this line unit is for sure going to attack into here. Now my other choices are to move this line unit into the village here, which would then give me at least 2 of the villages, and that also gives them cover to bring the bridge under fire. Or I can bring these Grenadiers over to have a go at these Grenadiers as well, which is probably the better, not the best, but the better idea. So that's what we have. So we will do the Grenadier attack first. So, yep, so that's 4, +1 is 5. But we're into a town, so it's -2, so they get 3 against the French Grenadiers. Just make sure, no, the French don't have a first strike. And we get 1 and retreat, which they ignore. So there they are going to come back with 3 + 1 is 4, and they don't have any problem coming out of the town. So against the Grenadiers, and they get 2 and 2 retreats. So they take out 2, which is sucky. They can ignore 1 retreat, but they have to retreat 1. So they go back to here. Okay. Which then leaves our line unit 5, -2 into town, so they get 3. And they get 1 hit. I didn't do the leadership check, so I'll do that first. And he's safe. So we've hit for 1 on the Grenadiers. And then the Grenadiers, we do their leadership check again, leader check, and he's safe. And then the Grenadiers are going to fire for 3 back at the line unit. And they get 1 as well. And that is that. So not great, but it whittled them down, and once we can get them out of there, then that gives us a free chance to get some troops back over here, even if it's just the cavalry, to start bringing some problems back onto them. Righto. French have a scout right flank, a cavalry charge, a probe left flank, a counter attack, which would be another probe left flank, and a flank attack, 2 on each flank. So I think that's what they're going to do, is they're going to do a flank attack. Since they can't, well, can they do anything up the centre? No, nothing at all. Other than this cavalry charge they could use to order 1 unit, because they don't have any cavalry. So they could use this to try and take him out. They've got 3 dice, but it'd be -2, so they'd only get 1 dice. But if it's a hit or a retreat, no, retreat's no good. They'd have to get a hit to kill. No. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our flank attack. So that's 2 on each flank. Again, I've got to leave him swinging in the breeze, which I don't really like. So, 2 on each flank. So I think the light unit there for 1 is good. I could bring another one of these units forward as well, maybe the line unit up into here. That at least brings this and this under fire as needed. Or I could bring the foot artillery forward onto the bridge, which would then help to bring this line unit and that. Okay, let's forget about that at the moment. So we've got 1 there, we've got 2 over here. Okay, so we're going to use this light unit for 1. We're going to use this line unit for 2. So that's 2 over here, which is good. That unit there and this unit here. And the reason for that is this light unit here is going to go 1, 2 onto the bridge. This foot unit is going to go onto the bridge. It's going to leave the leader behind. I don't really want a leader up there with them. And then this light unit is going to go onto this bridge with this line unit moving into the forest, woods, whatever. Now that gives us 3 bridges at the start of the next turn for the French if we don't have somebody kicked off there. And that'll give them a temporary victory point. Victory banner. Okay. Austrians. Attack right, cavalry charge, counter attack, and attack left. Okay. So if we use our counter attack, then we would have the French flank attack, so 2 on each flank. Which actually might be the bestest bet, because we need to try and dislodge at least 1 person off a bridge. Okay, so counter-attack it is. And that gives me a chance to put in a blocking force and also to hopefully move someone. So the first thing that's going to happen is this line unit is going to be activated. This line unit is going to be activated. So that's the left flank. On the right flank, we're going to bring this line unit forward and this line unit forward. This one's going to come over to here, and this one's going to come over to here. So we can start to put a blocking force in, trying to get into the village. Okay, so that flank's done. This flank here, I'd really like to move them, and we will. So we're going to come forward, 1, so they can bring them under melee, and this line unit is going to try and take them on. So the first one we're going to do is this line unit into the town. So that's 4 minus 2 into the town is 2. And we get 2 kills. And we've taken out their Grenadiers, which is the 4th banner for the Austrians. And then we do our check, and the leader is safe, and he retreats and goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 back into there. At least he's got a little bit of cover. Does it really matter? 1, 2, 3 back to there. That'll do. Okay. And then this line unit can then move in to Gunzburg. And now we have 2 of the 4 villages. This line unit now is going to attack the light, and they get 1 per block, so that's 5. And they get 3 hits. And they get 2 retreats. So he's going to come back 1, 2. And then this line unit, as much as I don't really want to, do they want to move on to here? They don't have anybody that can make it there other than with a forced march or something. I think we have to. No, we're going to stay there. We're going to stay there. Leave the bridge open at the moment. Oh, I don't want to come under fire from here at the moment. So that's that. Righto. I'm just going to have a look at the time, because I think we've probably gone way over what I wanted to do. An hour. Okay. Right. We'll keep going for a little bit longer then, since we're already over. Okay. So back to the French. They have a probe left, scout right, cavalry charge, counter-attack, and a forced march. So their counter-attack would be our counter-attack, which would be the flank attack again. So they could actually use their flank attack again. But if they do a forced march, they could get some troops back up here as well. It's 1 section. So that might be the best bet. That's going to put troops here, 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 and hopefully get them back the bridge again. So they're going to go for a forced march. Righto. So line, line, light, and line. And this line unit will move forward. 1, 2, which they can do with their little leader. Ta-da! This line unit is going to go 1, 2 into the marsh. You can't do anything else at the moment. And this line unit is going to go 1, 2 into the woods and can't do anything at the moment. And this light unit is going to go 1, 2, 3 back to this leader here, just so he can. There we go. Oh, no, he doesn't want to do that. He's going to go over to the marsh over here. He's not much of a blocking force, but he's something. Okay. So we have this line unit after this line unit. So that's 4 dice. They don't get any extras. And they get 3 kills. Wow. It is getting very messy. Very, very messy. Okay. And no retreats, so that's fine. And the Austrian line infantry attacks back with 2 and gets 1 kill only. And they can ignore the retreat. And that's the end of their turn. So again, the Austrians need to kick one of these units off a bridge. So what have they got? An attack right flank. It's over here, an attack left flank over here, and another attack right, a cavalry charge, and an attack left. So we've got 2 attack lefts, 2 attack rights, and a cavalry charge. So what do we want to do? Okay, so attacking over here, we could move 1, 2, 3. We've got 3. We could move into here, but they can't do anything then. We bring this one up, he can at least shoot there for 2. We bring him over, he can shoot for 3. If we come over this way for attack left flank, then we could, we've got a big choice of moving the Grenadiers forward here, meleeing there. So I think it's going to have to be an attack, and and a cavalry charge. We could go 1, 2, 3. So we could start bringing the cavalry up to do something, or 1, 2, 3. It's not going to really help much either. So it depends on how immediate we need to be, and I think we need to be relatively immediate. So we're going to do an attack right flank. Okay, so 3 on the Austrian right, so it'll be this line unit, and this light unit, which I didn't really want to move, but I'm going to have to. So we'll come up into, who's that, Rosenberg? Yeah, Rosenberg. So they're up into Rosenberg, but they can't fight this turn. This line unit moves forward 1 and can shoot, and I'm going to have to bring this light unit over 1 so that they can shoot as well. Righto. So line unit first is shooting for 2. So it's 1 per, half per block round down, so they get 2 at the French light infantry, and they miss big time. And then the light infantry is half rounded down +1, so they actually get 3 dice against the light infantry there, and get 1 hit and a retreat. Okay, so 1 hit and a retreat. So these guys are back here again. Righto. And that's the end of their turn, which means that we've kicked them off the bridge again so they don't get their banner. And then we are back to the French go. And I think what we might do is hold it there and come back with another video to finish off this game. So yeah, that's 1:10, which is, I think, tons at the moment. So, again, I don't think I've screwed up too much at the moment. The next turn, unless we're unlucky, the Austrians have 3 of the villages, so that'll give them another banner, taking them to 5. If the French move up again onto the bridge, then we could be in trouble. So let's see what happens. I'll catch you next time. Bye for now. Righto, we're back again to try and finish off this battle. Okay, so what have we got so far? So the French have pushed forward. They're holding 2 of the bridges. They want to come up on the 3rd bridge again and try and hold so they can get a temporary banner. The Austrians are holding at the moment, but they're getting to the tipping point where hopefully they can start to come onto the offensive and take some of these buggers out. Righto, so French have got a scout right flank, probe left flank, counter-attack, cavalry charge, and assault left flank. Now, counter-attack would be an attack right flank. So an attack right flank, we could use these 3 here. That way we could shoot, assault or shoot, or melee or shoot, and bring forward. That's still, we don't want to do too much. No, we don't want to bring them forward. We could bring this bloke over. So that'd be the counter-attack. Scout right flank, we don't have the one attacking here, which isn't going to do much. So scout right flank, we're not worried about. Cavalry charge will only let us use 1 unit, so we're not worried about that at the moment. So we have an assault left flank and a probe left flank. So if we probe left flank for 2, again we could bring the light infantry up onto the bridge to try and hold, and maybe bring some fire onto this light unit here. If we assault, then we've got 4 units, so that's going to be the way to go, I think. Oh. And I think we've got to go that way. So we're going to go on assault left flank. Okay, so 5 units we could effectively do. We've got 1, we've got 2, we've got 3, we've got 4. So who's going to move? This guy is going to move up 1. He can't do anything more. He's going to stay there and shoot. He can stay there and shoot. And the light infantry can move back onto the bridge again and bring one of these units under fire as well. Okay, so the best one to shoot first is going to be this line unit into here, because this will still have a shot at something if they move. So let's do that. So line infantry firing out of a forest is no problem at all. So they're going to get 4 at the light infantry. And they take 3 of them out and get a retreat. Wow. And the light infantry goes back 1. Righto. The foot artillery is going to try and take out this light infantry. Try and get them a banner. So that's a range of 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 foot is a big 1. We need 1, and we missed. So that's okay. And then we have the light infantry, which is going to bring this line unit under fire, and they have half half round up, so that's 2 plus 1 is 3 at that line infantry, and they get 1 kill and 1 retreat, and the retreat is for 2, 1, 2. So all in all, a damn good go for the French, and they are back to holding 3 bridges. Righto, Austrians starting to feel the push again. They have 2 attack left flanks, a cavalry charge, an attack right flank, and a probe left flank. Right. So left flank at the moment we've got 2 units, 3 just. Right flank we've got this reduced line unit and this reduced grenadier unit, and that's it. So our best chance is going to be taking out again this unit. I can't bring anybody forward far enough or fast enough to do any damage to this area. So straight up 1, 2, 3. We hold 3, which should give us 1 victory banner at the start of the turn for the Austrians, because they hold 3 of the 4 villages. So therefore we've got 5 of the 7 we need. So we're going to do a attack attack right flank and try and push those light infantry off again. So we've got 3, which will be this line unit here, this line unit here, and this light unit here. The light unit is going to move back 1, 2, back and out of the way. Line unit is going to come forward 1. Can't do much else. Does it want to come there? No, it's going to come up to here. It's going to start heading towards a little bit of cover from the village. Okay, and this line unit is going to shoot at the light unit there, which is 5 dice. Shooting out of town, which I don't think affects them. No, it does not. So 5 dice against the light unit on the bridge, and they get 3 and blow them away. Which gives them now their 6th banner. And they are good to go. French are starting to really feel it now, and it don't feel good. So they have their counterattack, probe left, cavalry charge, scout right, and probe center. And they need to do some damage. They need to do some damage. So I think they're going to have to go. They could do the attack right flank by using their counterattack. And I think that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to start bringing some force up on the right flank and try and take some people out. So counterattack is attack right flank, which is what the Austrians used last time. So that's 3 over here. So we'll do line, line, line. These ones from the marsh, do a check first. It's -1 out. Yep. So they're going to get 3 dice at the Austrian light, oops, 3 guys, at the Austrian line infantry there, and they get 1 kill. Right. So that's them done. I was going to move those. I forgot to move them, sorry. Oh, well, I screwed it. Oh, no, look, I'll be nice. They were just going to move up to there. The whole idea was to kill those off. So now we have these line infantry here on the bridge attacking this line infantry here. They get 1 per block plus 1 in melee, so it's 4 against that one, and they kill him, which gives them their 3rd banner. Now, they're not going to get... Do they want to move forward here? And I think they do. Ah, they can't move to there, so they have to move to here. So no, they don't want to at the moment. So they're still holding that bridge. Okay. Austrians starting to feel the pinch over on their left flank. They need to do something about that. So they have an attack left flank, attack left flank, probe left flank, cavalry charge, and assault left flank. Nothing over here at all. Okay. So we could try and bring the cavalry forward. 1, 2, 3 onto the bridge here. 1, 2, 3, which would bring them under fire here. But we can start to bring them around to bring pressure onto this mob here. I don't think they can form... No, they can't form square on a bridge, so that would... Yes, they can form square on a bridge, dickhead. But that would still hold them up until I can hopefully get some other troops there. Now I've only got 1 left flank unit total. So attacks and probes and assault left is not going to do anything. So it's going to have to be the cavalry charge to try and bring troops over to there. So cavalry charge it is. Issue an order to 4 or fewer cavalry. They battle with 1 additional die. And that's all we can do. So 2 cavalry units. This first one is going to go 1, 2, 3 to here. And the second one is going to go 1, 2, 3 to here as well. So that'll at least give me some troops over in the left flank. French start to feel a little bit better. Oh, hang on a tick. Oh, before we do that, no, we've still got our temporary banner, so we don't get any extra. French have only got 2 bridges, so they don't get anything extra. Okay. So they have a cavalry charge, which they can order 1 unit. Scout right flank, probe centre, probe left, and assault right, and that's what they want. They want to assault the right flank, so they can get lots of troops moving. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3. This one is going to move forward to here, which is dangerous. And I have to move this one forward to here, and this one is going to come forward into the marsh and can't do anything more. This guy is okay at the moment, because if this ends up in a shit fight and they can't retreat or anything else, then they may get a shot in if they get blown away. It's not perfect, but it's what it is. Okay, so the line is attacking the light here. So it depends now if the light cavalry wishes to retire and reform, or take it on the chin. And they are going to retire and reform. And we're going to do a combined, no we're not, that's it. So it will be 3 line, because they're not against infantry. So only cavalry marks will do any good, and we get 2 in a retreat. So 2 light infantry and a retreat for 1. So the line infantry can move forward 1 if it wishes, and it will, which helps to cut off this light infantry coming, light cavalry coming through. And this one now does not have a shot. Okay. Desperate times for the Austrians over on the left flank, and they have assault left, which is over here, probe left, attack left, and first, they got a first strike. I was stupid enough not to look at it, so there, they screwed up. Okay. So I've got nothing over here that can do any bloody good whatsoever. So it's going to be this left flank. What do I do? I've got a probe left flank, assault left flank attacks. I've only got 2 units there. I only really want to move 1 of them. Or do I want to move 2 of them? I'm going to have to move 2. So we're going to do a probe. Let's do a probe. Probe left flank. We have these 2 units. This unit is going to move forward without its leader to here. This unit will move forward into the village with the leader. Like that. Okay, so now we can bring this mob under fire with this line unit. So we're firing into the woods, forest, which is a -1. So they're going to get 1.5 per block round down. It's 2. -1 is 1. And they missed. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, French. You can start to smell a little blood in the water. They have a scout right, probe centre, probe left, cavalry charge, and a scout centre. Okay. So a probe left, we could bring these ones up onto the bridge to bring this under fire. Or we could leave them there, bring them under fire. No, we can't go. I don't think we can get any fire on them because of the woods from the artillery, yeah. So we can't do that. But we can bring fire from here to there. We could bring them forward 1 more, which would then be able to bring them under fire next time. So that would be the left flank probe. Centre we're not too worried about at the moment. Mind you, we could bring these up onto the bridge and then bring them under fire as well, so that might be worthwhile. So we're going to do a probe left flank. For the foot artillery and the line infantry here. the line infantry is going to move forward onto the bridge, which will give them 3 bridges again, if they can hold it. And we're going to take the leader up with it. And the foot artillery will move forward 1, and they can't do anything now. So we're going to melee with the line unit here. It's our line unit. French line is 1 per block plus 1, so they get 5 against the Austrian line. And then we remember that we had a first strike. So we're going to do that first. We get 5 dice against them first, and we hit them for 3 and a retreat which they can ignore. But that's 3 line units. Okay. In which case we get our card back first. We'll get rid of that first strike. And now they get to attack with 2 dice. And they get 1 kill. Right, sorry, I forgot to do the leader check again. And safe. Right, oh. So we've got to try and kick them off there again because they've got the 3 bridges again. Okay, Austrians have scout left, assault left, attack left, and bayonet charge. But again, mine can only move 1, can't they? But 1 is enough. 4 or fewer infantry units. Okay. We are going to bayonet charge, bayonet charge, bayonet charge, and no, not that one, bayonet charge there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this unit comes out of here up to here. Both of those can now attack there. This Grenadier unit can go 1, 2 to here. They can't do any more. And this one comes up into the woods here and can't do any more. Even though it says they can move and then battle, they can't battle because these moved into the woods. Righto. So this line unit is going to attack first into here. Are they or aren't they? No, they're not. This line unit will attack into here and they get 4 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. They don't get any extras, I don't think. No. Guard infantry get 1 extra. Okay. Do we have a first strike? And we do not for the French. And we get 1 kill. Which gives us the 7th and final for the Austrians. And again, we can always have a go and see if we've got the leader, and no, he just ran away. So the Austrians did it again. So I don't think the French are going to like me at all. Wow. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's ahistorical, like the Tingen was. So I think the next one we'll be going on to could be Hasleck Jungenen. I think it's how it's pronounced. I'll just have a quick look. I printed out the chronological list off the internet. Yeah, it is. Okay, so that's it. It's a bit shorter for that one. Again, were mistakes made? Yeah, I think so, but I'm not sure where. I think I've remembered to retreat 2 hexes every time the Austrian line got into trouble. I think I've remembered to only advance 1 hex for bayonet charges, force marches, and so forth for the Austrian line as well. And I don't think I've screwed up anything else too much. Saying too much is probably a bit out there, but yeah. So that's it. So thanks very much for watching. Let me know if I've screwed up. I'm quite happy to find out that I've screwed up, so I hopefully don't keep doing it. And I will see you next time for another mess on the battlefield. So take care, enjoy your gaming. Bye for now.